Designing a small living room requires a thoughtful approach to make the space functional, comfortable, and aesthetically pleasing without feeling cramped. In small spaces, every decision counts. From furniture selection to color schemes, lighting, and decor, each element needs to contribute to the room's overall utility and sense of openness. The first step in designing a small living room is to determine the main functions the room will serve. Is it primarily a space for relaxing, entertaining guests, or maybe even working? Clarifying the room's purpose will help guide decisions about furniture and layout. In many small living rooms, multifunctional furniture is key. Pieces such as a sofa bed or an ottoman with hidden storage can provide flexibility without overwhelming the space. When choosing a sofa, opt for a design with a slimmer profile. Low-back couches or armless options can make the room feel more open while still providing seating. Modular sofas can also be a good option, allowing the room to be reconfigured as needed. Furniture placement is equally important in a small living room. Instead of pushing all the furniture against the walls, consider floating some pieces in the center of the room. This can create a more cohesive and intimate seating arrangement while maintaining good traffic flow. It's also useful to think vertically and use wall space for storage or display. Floating shelves, for example, can hold books, decor, or even plants without taking up floor space. Another idea is to mount the TV on the wall, which eliminates the need for a bulky entertainment center. Lighting plays a critical role in small spaces. Adequate lighting can make the room feel larger and more inviting. Using a mix of ambient, task, and accent lighting can create depth and interest. Ceiling lights, floor lamps, and table lamps should be chosen carefully to suit the space. To maximize natural light, avoid heavy curtains or blinds that block sunlight. Instead, choose sheer curtains that allow light to flow in while still providing privacy. Mirrors are also a great tool for reflecting light and making the room appear larger. A well-placed large mirror can visually expand the space and add a touch of elegance. Color schemes can dramatically impact the perception of size in a room. Lighter, neutral colors tend to open up the space and make it feel more airy. Soft shades of white, beige, or light gray are popular choices for small living rooms, as they create a calming backdrop that can be paired with bolder accents. However, dark colors can work in small spaces too if used correctly. For example, an accent wall in a deep hue like navy or charcoal can add depth without making the room feel claustrophobic. The key is to balance darker tones with lighter ones to avoid a cave-like effect. Textures and patterns can add personality and warmth to a small living room. Using a variety of textures, such as a plush rug, velvet pillows, or a woven throw, can make the space feel cozy and layered without cluttering it visually. When incorporating patterns, it's best to stick to smaller prints or subtle designs. Large, busy patterns can overwhelm a small space, so it's important to strike a balance. For example, a patterned rug or accent pillows can add interest without dominating the room. One way to create the illusion of more space is by choosing furniture with legs rather than bulky, grounded pieces. Chairs, sofas, or tables with exposed legs give the impression of more open floor space, which can make the room feel larger. Glass or acrylic furniture can also help in this regard, as their transparency makes them visually lighter and less obtrusive. A glass coffee table, for instance, can serve its function while not taking up visual space in the room. Storage is another critical consideration in a small living room. Clutter can quickly make a space feel cramped, so having enough storage is essential to keep things organized. Built-in shelves or custom cabinetry can maximize storage potential while fitting seamlessly into the room's design. Furniture with built-in storage, such as an ottoman or a coffee table with drawers, can also help keep items like remotes, books, or blankets out of sight. In small spaces, it's important to keep surfaces clear and free of unnecessary items, so storage solutions that allow for this are particularly valuable. When it comes to decor, less is often more in a small living room. Too many decorative items can create visual clutter and make the room feel busy. Instead, focus on a few key pieces that reflect your style and complement the room's design. A well-chosen piece of art, a few plants, or a statement light fixture can make a big impact without overwhelming the space. Plants, in particular, are a great way to add life and color to a small living room. Hanging plants, succulents, or a small potted plant on a shelf can brighten up the room without taking up valuable floor space. Finally, it's essential to maintain a sense of balance and harmony in a small living room. Everything from furniture size to color choices should work together to create a cohesive and comfortable space. Avoid overcrowding the room with too many pieces, and instead, focus on items that serve multiple purposes or have a visual lightness to them. By carefully considering the layout, color scheme, lighting, and storage options, it's possible to design a small living room that feels much larger than it actually is. The goal is to create a space that is both functional and inviting, where every inch is used thoughtfully and contributes to the overall feel of the room. Designing a small living room that includes a sofa, TV unit, plant, wall design partition, center table, and appropriate flooring requires a delicate balance of functionality and aesthetics. Every element should work cohesively to ensure the room feels open and comfortable, rather than cluttered or cramped. Starting with the sofa, it's important to choose one that fits the scale of the room. In a small living space, a bulky sectional may overwhelm the area, so opt for a slim profile sofa that offers seating without taking up too much room. A two-seater or a compact love seat could be ideal, especially one with clean lines and minimal detailing. Light colors, such as soft grays or beiges, can help the sofa blend into the space, giving the room an airy feel. If extra seating is needed, consider small armchairs or poofs that can be easily moved around. Opting for a sofa with legs rather than a skirted one also creates the illusion of more space by exposing more floor area beneath the furniture. The TV unit should be minimal yet functional, ideally doubling as a storage piece. In small living rooms, vertical space is often underutilized, so a wall-mounted TV unit or a media console that incorporates shelves above the TV can be a great space-saving solution. Floating shelves are another smart option, allowing you to keep the floor clear while still having storage for electronics, books, and decorative items. A streamlined unit in a light wood or neutral color will complement the rest of the room without dominating it visually. Additionally, hiding wires and cables is essential in small spaces, so ensure the TV unit includes discrete cable management solutions. Plants can add a refreshing touch of nature to a small living room, helping to soften the lines of furniture and bring life into the space. However, it's important to choose plants that won't overwhelm the room. Vertical greenery works particularly well in small spaces. Consider hanging plants or tall, slim potted plants that take up minimal floor space. A single tall plant, such as a fiddle leaf fig or a snake plant, can create a focal point without encroaching on valuable living space. Alternatively, smaller plants on floating shelves or a console can add greenery without cluttering surfaces. The key is to choose plants that complement the room's proportions and maintain a clean, unobstructed feel. A wall design partition is a smart way to divide space in a small living room, especially in an open-plan setting. A partition can create a sense of separation between the living room and adjacent areas like a dining room or home office without closing off the space entirely. A shelving unit that doubles as a partition is a practical solution, as it allows for display and storage while also delineating different areas. Another option is a slatted wooden or metal partition, which creates a visual divide without blocking light or airflow. Wall partitions with built-in lighting can add ambience while serving as functional design elements. Using light materials or perforated designs ensures the room feels open and airy rather than confined. The center table in a small living room should be proportional to the space and functional. A round or oval table can be a better choice than a rectangular one, as it allows for easier movement around it and reduces the risk of bumping into sharp corners. Glass or acrylic tables are particularly effective in small spaces because they are visually light and don't block the flow of the room. A glass-top center table with a slim metal or wooden base can provide a stylish and practical surface for drinks or decor without adding visual weight. Alternatively, a nesting table set or a table with hidden storage can offer flexibility, giving you more space when needed while keeping the room tidy. Flooring plays an essential role in defining the space and setting the tone for the room. Light-colored flooring, such as light oak wood or light-hued tiles, can make the room feel larger and more open. In small spaces, continuous flooring without thresholds helps create a seamless look, contributing to the illusion of more space. If you're using rugs, opt for one that is large enough to anchor the furniture but not too busy in terms of pattern. A subtle, neutral rug can define the living area without overwhelming it visually. Geometric patterns or soft textures can add interest and warmth while maintaining the room's light, airy aesthetic. Incorporating all these elements into the room requires thoughtful coordination of colors, textures, and shapes. The sofa, TV unit, plant, wall partition, center table, and flooring should work together to create a cohesive look. Using a neutral base color scheme for the room allows you to introduce bolder accents through accessories like cushions, rugs, or small decor items. Keeping the palette light with a few contrasting colors helps maintain a feeling of openness while adding personality to the space. In a small living room, balance and proportion are key. Avoid overcrowding the room with too much furniture or decor. Instead, focus on a few well-chosen pieces that serve multiple purposes and contribute to the overall functionality of the room. Minimalism is often the best approach in small spaces, but that doesn't mean the room has to feel stark or cold. Adding textures through fabrics, rugs, and even wall finishes can help the room feel warm and inviting while maintaining a sense of simplicity. Lighting should not be overlooked when designing the space. Natural light is invaluable in small rooms, so maximize it by keeping window treatments light and sheer. In terms of artificial lighting, use a mix of ambient, task, and accent lighting to create layers and depth in the room. Ceiling lights, wall sconces, and table or floor lamps can work together to ensure the room is well lit and cozy at different times of day. Ultimately, the goal is to create a living room that feels spacious, even if the square footage is limited. Through smart choices in furniture, layout, color, and decor, it's possible to design a small living room that is both functional and stylish, offering a comfortable space to relax, entertain,